Okay, so we have this equation, we want to solve for y. So what's the first thing we're going to do?
We have to multiply.
Multiply by that denominator, right? So we're going to get is that x cubed?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's what I wrote down. Now, I didn't write out the step here, but it's clear if we multiply both sides by y squared minus 3, we get this, provided we understand everything we did here, okay, and get away with skipping that step. Then what?
Your choice.
Got lots of choices.
You
I'm sorry?
We multiply.
can distribute or you can
You could
divide.
distribute, but then you're going to end up with a y cubed x cubed and a y cubed times 3, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to have two y cubes in there. So that would be okay, you could deal with it. But I'm going to say, well, it's much simpler to just have one expression with y in it than two.
So what you're gonna do? Divide.
Divide
X
by the x cubed plus 3.
3. Okay.
So we're going to get y cubed minus 2 equals 3 over x cubed plus 3, right?
Okay.
Okay? Well, then what are we going to do?
Subtract
Add
2. I mean, add 2.
Yeah, let's add 2. So that's going to give us y cubed equals 3 over x cubed plus 3 plus 2. Okay?
Common denominator. 2.
You could. Okay, so we go ahead and do that. And that's going to give us y cubed equals 3 plus 2x cubed plus 6 over x cubed plus 3. Don't worry about that step. If you work it out, if you put the 2 times x cubed over 3 over x cubed plus 3, now multiply 2 times this over this, and then put it together, it'll give you this. And of course, that's going to be just 2x cubed plus 9, right? Because you can add the 3 and the 6 once you get it in this form. Okay? So how are you going to solve that for y? Well, we haven't talked about roots and radicals. Okay?
Roots and radicals.
But well, I'm going to just do the 9 here.
So y third to the third equals 2x third plus 9.
Okay, so we get this
How?
to the 1/3 power over here, right?
How?
Okay?
How do you get 9 and 5?
Huh? I just raised both sides to the 1/3 power, and by the laws of exponents, what's y cubed to the 1/3?
Why?
Why?
But what about the other side? Do you have, should it be plus 6 on top of?
Well, I've got a 3 and a 6 here. I combined them into that 9.
I did not see, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said that, but I was probably blocking the board when I did.
So why is it X plus 5? Oh, that's a 3.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, the 1/3 power turns out just to be the cube root,
Mhm.
the number you would cube to get this. And, of course, now x can't be equal to negative cube root of 3. Okay? So we have to put, I'm going to write it like this. X cubed can't be negative 3 because then you'd have a division by 0. That would restrict the domain. Okay? Well, this is a function of y. Okay? Just like this is a function of y. Or this, or this. Okay? They're functions, not a function of x. Okay? Y is a function of x. Sorry, I said that wrong. in all cases, in this case, you have a restriction. In this case, x can't be 0, right? So we would probably want to say, okay, x not equal to 0. So we want to be careful about the domain. So I want to mention that and illustrate it. But none of these are linear functions. None of these are in the form y equals mx plus b. Okay? Now the algebra that you get when you have questions like, can this function be put into the form of a linear function? Doesn't get any worse than this. And usually it's not quite this bad. But I've given you a number of problems here, and I do want you to work them out and bring them to me, okay?
Do we have our own
For this
versions
course.
online, or is it, this is it?
That'll be online.
Okay, so there'll be different versions for the
No,
MCR?
no, I'm just gonna give everybody the same
Same
version
one.
on this one,
Okay.
okay? You know, and if people work together and somebody copies somebody else's work, well, in the first place, I don't think people in this group are gonna do that. It's not assigned for the other group, it's optional. And if you do, well, you're just not learning it. And I, at some point, can't control that. And shouldn't have to try anyway. Okay?